Hey guys, my name is Vanessa, and today we're gonna go ahead and give a class of chair yoga, an accessible chair yoga class. We're gonna be using 2 blocks and a belt. Anything similar to it would be just fine as well. If you have a mat, go ahead and place it under your chair. That way your chair doesn't slide. Let's have fun. Enjoy the ride. Here we go. Let's first start in a seated, comfortable position. I've noticed that if you place a block behind your back, I'm gonna be moving just so you can see it at a better angle. If you place your block, obviously my chair doesn't have that, but right behind you, hopefully you do have one, maybe here. You can help your back become a little bit more upright. Whatever's comfortable for you. And let's first start with moving the breath, right? Feet are on the floor, firmly planted. And you just close your eyes for a moment. Palms facing up or down, you choose. And allow yourself to feel that inhale and to feel the exhale. Just observing right now, we're not really trying to force the breath. We're just trying to feel what it feels like to breathe, how that inhale feels, how that exhale feels. Throughout this class, I want you to make sure that you practice safety, right? Listen to your body before. When we start, we're gonna start going through a full range of motion so that you could see what your body is asking of you. That way, when you do flow, you know, okay, when I was moving, I felt my leg or my knee do this, maybe I'll avoid that movement, or maybe I'll adjust that movement. Listen to your body. Let's go back to the breath. And just for a moment, visualize the base of your spine and all this energy that you have there. And with every inhale, bringing that breath all the way up to the crown of your head. And with every exhale, just letting it go. Do a quick scan of your body without judgment. Just noticing how your toes feel, how your ankle, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your spine, your rib cage, the front of your body, your sides, the back of your body, your lower back, mid back, top. Observing what your shoulders are telling you today, what your elbows are telling you, and your forearms, and your wrists, and your hands, and your fingers. And if there's some aches and pains, just acknowledge them, right? Don't make yourself feel bad for them. Bring awareness to your chest, your throat, your jaw, your eyes, your nose, your lips, your cheeks, your ears, your forehead, the crown of your head. It's like when you went to school and they did roll call, like, who's from here? We're trying to do the same thing with our body. And now let's bring awareness to how our thoughts are today. So with your eyes closed, continue focusing on that breath. And just become aware of what thoughts you've had today. What thoughts have taken your attention away and allow you to perhaps spiral into something. Bring awareness to your mood, to your feelings. And just for the next 30 minutes, allowing them to just go, setting them aside. Yoga is union, right? Mind, body, spirit connection. So throughout class, when you move, remember this connection, and this connection is all glued together with the breath. So once you get to the pose and you're done doing, allow yourself to be, allow yourself to breathe. And let's set an intention for today's class, just for the next 30 minutes, or maybe you want to set the intention for the day, for the week, for the month, for the year. my intention this week, I'll share it with you, is to allow my little me to respond. And you might be 80 and you're like, I don't fucking remember what I was when I was 8, but maybe you remember when you were in your teens, or your 20s, or your 30s, or your 40s, because all of this lives within us. And there comes a moment in life, in time, where we stop listening to what we want and respond so that others could feel comfortable and so that others could be better. And we forget about ourselves. So just maybe your intention is to really see what you want and respond from there. All right, let's take a deep breath. Hold it and sigh it out through the mouth. Awesome, let's get groovy. All right, cool. So this chair is pretty uncomfortable, but I'll manage. Feet are firmly planted on the floor. When you're ready, let's start moving the spine, taking the spine through its full range of motion. On the inhale, we're gonna tilt the belly, tilt our tail. Imagine you have a tail back there. Bring that spine up, heart up, head back. Inhale. And on the exhale, bring that tail in, bring that heart in, chin down. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Come back to center, stack it up. Let's go ahead and drop the ear to one side. I'm not gonna say left or right because I usually mess them up. And then, because I'm in a video, I'm probably gonna be the opposite. So just drop it to one side. Extend the right arm. Well, then you would have to tell you to be the opposite of that. All right, so drop your head to one side and bring the opposite arm out. I drop my head to the left, bring the right arm down. Let's just do it. Right hand comes up. Find your inhale, arching gently. Good, come back to center. Left hand comes out, drop that right ear. Notice the stretch that's coming from the ear, the neck, the shoulder. Find that breath, find that inhale. Bring that left arm up and over. If bringing your arm up and over, it's not accessible, maybe you just bring your hand to your waist. Or maybe you bring your hand in front of you. Right? Yoga is your yoga. And come back to center. Very good. Chin to the chest, barbilla al pecho. I'm used to giving my class in Spanglish, so if I throw out some Spanish in there, you're welcome. I guess you're also learning Spanish. Go ahead and bring the head up and back. And then imagine that the back of your head is sliding up. So slide the back of the head up. You're gonna give yourself like a double chin. Good, slide it down. Imagine your head is on a spoon. Slide it up and slide it down. Good, let's go ahead and move the shoulders. Bringing the shoulders up, back, down, and forward. Up, back, down, and forward. One more. Some sauce, I did too. Let's go ahead and bring the palms down, palms facing forward. Fingers down, fingers are engaged. On the inhale, sweeping the arms up or forward. And on the exhale, allow yourself to come down. Maybe your hands stay at your thighs, and then maybe you come all the way down. And maybe you want to bring your hands down to the floor. If the floor is too low, that's why we use our block. I'm going to turn around. So the block has different levels, different heights. Use whatever's convenient for you. Left hand is gonna stay on the floor, on the block, whatever height you want, or maybe you rest that left arm on that left leg. And then when you're ready, you're gonna twist over to the right, opening up, right arm comes up. If this arm coming up is not accessible, it's not comfortable, you could always bring the hand to the waist. But what you do connect with again is your breath. Release and come back to center. Take a full deep breath here. Leave the right arm where it is. Left hand is gonna come up. Now you're turning to the left. Come back to center. Hands to the knees. On the inhale, imagine your snake coming up, lifting up the chest. And then bringing your heart back, tail in, cat. Cow pose, we tilt the tail. We spill our guts or spill the beans. Bring our heart forward, head back. Awesome sauce, come back to center. I'm gonna stay sideways just because you can see what my hands are gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and move our wrist, our elbow, and our shoulders through its full range of motion. And slow is the name of the game here, all right? So our palms are gonna stay facing up. We want our forearms to stay looking up the whole entire time. So the palms are up, pinkies are gonna go in, they're gonna come down, they're gonna come out, and they're gonna come up. Imagine you're drawing a square with your pinky. And go slow, no rush. Switch direction. And if you're confused, that's okay. Sometimes we practice Kung Fu. Confundidos, and that means confused in Spanish. And release. Let's go ahead and bend the elbows. So we're gonna bend the elbows, and we're gonna bend and extend. Good, let's go ahead and bring the elbows up, elbows bent. Let's bend over to one side, bend over to the other side. And release, elbows come out to the side. Imagine you're a football post, right? From here, let's go ahead and hug ourselves, left arm over the right. And we're gonna continue doing squares with our body. We're now gonna target our mid-back. So I'm gonna turn over. We're gonna go ahead and bend over to the left. Bend forward, the right corner, right back, left corner, left front, right corner, right back. Switch directions. And let's inhale and open the arms and bring them out to the side, elbows to the side, cactus arms. Let's bend and extend the elbows, coming into our flexion and extension. Good, from here, let's stay open. We're gonna flip the palms, but rotate the whole internal shoulders, not just the wrist. Let's go ahead and flip them over, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Awesome sauce, let's release. So, it's good to take our body through its full range of motion throughout the day. So that's what I like to start my classes with, it's just taking the body through its full range of motion. Let's go ahead and work with our torso, our hips, and then keep going down. Working with, no block. Bending the right elbow. My hand, imagine your thumb is a microphone. Excuse me. So bend the right wrist, the right elbow, and bring your thumb to your shoulder if accessible. Bring that elbow up, out, and imagine you're drawing a circle with your elbow. Cool. Now let's go to the other side. Left elbow comes up, out, back, and in. Awesome. And release. Elbows are gonna relax. Just shake your hands for a little bit. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Now let's work with the torso. Let's make sure that our feet are both on the floor. If our feet can't touch the floor, maybe you use a block underneath, so you step on it so that your feet are aligned with your hips. And if you don't have any feet, any legs, and I'm saying them, just visualize that you do, because at one point you did. Maybe you were born without legs. Who knows? Let's keep going. Rotate to the right. And in this rotation, we want to make sure that our belly buttons are continuing to look forward. And we're going to connect to the breath, and we're going to breathe. Allowing our minds to just benefit from these poses, right? From the movements, from the breath. Let's rotate to the other side. Become aware of how often you pause after you've done a pose, holding your breath, right? So that once you notice, then you can participate and be like, oh crap, I was holding my breath. And come back to center. Very good, fandango. Let's work on the hips. Using your block, maybe you have a block, maybe you don't. I'm gonna go on this high level, but you could choose it in this level or in flat level, whatever you want. Bringing your knees away from each other as much as they can. We're gonna go ahead and bring that knee up, over, and down. And if you place two hands right below, right above your thigh, you're gonna notice what you're engaging. We're working on our hip flexors, strengthening those bad boys. I mean, you never know when you're gonna kick someone in the face, right? You're gonna go, hi-ya! And let's bring the block to the other side. From here, we're gonna bring that left knee up, over, and down, up, over, and down. And if you notice that your posture gave in, become aware and do something about it. Awesome sauce. And let's release. Bringing the block away for a moment. If it's accessible to you to hold on to your leg, bring your leg close to you. If not, this is why we have our strap handy. So, one thing that I'd like to teach in my class is to make sure that everyone has a block and a strap with them, because we never know when we're going to need them, right? So you could bring the strap on your leg and bring your leg up. What we're going to do right now, we're going to work on our ankle. Taking our ankle, and you can see my sexy legs. Taking the ankle through our ankle through its full range of motion. So our toes are engaged. Our pinky toe is going to go out, down, in, and up, drawing a square. I know we're used to rotating our ankle and our wrist, but I want to challenge you to, instead of do circles, do squares. And if you close your eyes just for a moment and you notice the movement, notice your calf muscles. Maybe they go click, click. That's okay. If you hear some clicky sounds, just let me know and I'll send you some WD-40. Just kidding. Let's go ahead and flex the toes, all of the ankle. So we're reaching the toes up. And now let's point the toes down. Good. Toes come up, inhale. Exhale, toes down. Awesome sauce. Let's release and let's switch sides. Holding on to that left leg, however you need to hold on to that left leg. Ankle. Our toes go out, down, in, and up. I like to keep my toes engaged. So we'll do a class just on toes so we could see how sleepy your toes are. I think it's a lot of fun when we work on toes. When I tell people to move like the big toe or the little toe or specific toe, they're like, I can't fucking move those. It's just work. Let's go ahead and come back to center, bringing the toes up to the face and then down. Awesome. Up and down and up and down. Sweet sauce, release. Now we're gonna work on the back of the legs, working also with our hips. So I'm gonna turn over to the side just so you can see a better angle. Maybe my left angle is better, we'll see. Oh, my bad. So let's go ahead and get started with left leg extended. My right knee is going to be slightly on the outside of my left hip. Let's go ahead and grow tall from the spine. Take that booty out. Bring that chest slightly up. And then instead of coming down, thinking you have to go for the toes, imagine you're getting pulled from your heart forward. And you're going to feel it almost immediately in the back of your legs. Almost, right? I'm saying almost because I don't know what you feel. But we're looking for a sensation behind our leg. And if keeping the leg completely extended is uncomfortable, find the micro bend. Like, bring your leg in, but keep taking that booty out, right? So whatever's comfortable for you. And then once you find this pose, go ahead and find your breath. I don't even know what time I started. So hopefully this is going to be 30 minutes. We'll see. So if this is past 30 minutes, I'm sorry. It might be 45. I don't even have time. And let's switch. Coming up. Good. Let's extend the right leg. Extend. See, I was going to go in Spanish again. Extending that right leg. And I bring my pants up just so you could see my beautiful, sexy legs. No, just so you can see what I'm doing with my knee. Right? I'm going to open here. My knee is fully extended there, but if this is too much, I could always just find a soft bend. And I take out my hips, and I'm still gonna find that same sensation as if I had my leg fully extended. I'm going down, and that's not the point. All right, so extend that right leg to whatever degree you need to. Go ahead and peel that chest up and guide with your heart forward. Don't worry too much about forward folding, just visualize your hips coming out. That tail, that booty. And find your breath. And let's come to center. Sweet sauce. Awesome. So now that we moved pretty much the whole entire body, let's go ahead and come to standing. Right? So when we come to standing, I'm going to move my chair, my mat back just in case. There. All right, so now that we're standing, you could use the front of your chair or you could use the back of your chair, whichever way you want. Make sure that your block and your strap are always accessible to you because you never know when you're going to need them. At least me, that sometimes I just come up with some, whatever comes up. So hands are going to be by our side. Our feet are going to be firmly planted on the floor. When you're ready, on the inhale, bringing the arms up or forward. And exhale, forward fold. Maybe holding on to the chair, maybe bringing your hands to the floor, maybe bringing to the block, whatever you need. If bringing your head below your heart is not accessible, or your doctor's like, that's a big no-no, keep your crown up. Don't drop that crown, queen or king. Bend your knees, peel that chest up, and bring the arms up. Utkatasana, chair pose. If the arms up are not accessible or it's too tiring, bring your hands to your waist. Or maybe bring them forward. Hands come to the chair. Slide it to the top. So now we're in a tippy-toe plank pose position. This is where we want to make sure that our chair is not, that you're not going to bust your face, right? Right leg comes forward. I was going to go back to Spanish. Once that right leg is forward, let's go ahead and slide that left leg slightly outside of our hips. So I'm going to talk about a straight line and train tracks. If you're someone that struggles with balance, if your feet are close to your midline, meaning if your feet are close, I mean, all this brown doesn't really help my brownness. All right, so if your feet are close to the midline, meaning this belly button, like if my foot is right, imagine that would be like us being in a tightrope, right? But if my feet, if I visualize train tracks, okay, one foot is close to this right hip, the other foot is outside of this left hip, nothing knocks down the train. I mean, you could potentially, but let's not get into details. So when you are coming into poses, always visualize yourself in, I need to have my train track legs. Are they away from the midline or are they close to the midline? And find whatever's safe for you. So, back to here. Right leg is forward, left leg is back, slightly out. Right hand comes up maybe. Let's twist. Open up to the other side. Right hand comes down to the side. If you want to challenge yourself and you're feeling frisky, bring that left hand forward. I don't think balance is about stillness. I feel balancing poses are to see where we are in our balance and if we have our reflexes to catch ourselves. So that left hand is always going to be close to somewhere in case you need it. Right hand comes back to the chair. Headlights, I'm going to call these our headlights. It could be your chest headlights or your hips headlights. They come both to the front. Extend that right knee. Drop the chest. Take a deep breath here. Maybe you look forward. And if you don't need the chair and you want to use it without the chair, you go nowhere. Gently coming up. Right leg is going to step back into your downward dog. Your downward dog is a position that we're making in a chair, at least. We're making this sort of triangle, diamond, not diamond, like a pyramid, right? I mean, does it look like a pyramid? I don't know. Like an L. Like an L. Left leg is gonna go to the front. Same thing here. Take that step out on the right side. Left knee is bent. Your left knee is gonna be above that left ankle. And if you feel that when you're in this pose, your knee buckles in, bring it out. And if you also feel that your right leg is way too behind you, bring it closer, right? Left hand comes up, and we're gonna twist to the left, bringing that left arm down. Right hand comes forward, if you want to. So these poses could also be done seated. Come back to center. I'm gonna do a quick demo of how you could do this in this chair as well. Extend that left knee, bring the chest down. I teach chair yoga for the older adults, and I have people that go in wheelchairs, people that do the whole class seated, and they stand up for a couple of things. But they understand. Extend the elbows. Step back with the left leg. Bring that chest down. Looking forward, walk your feet to the top. Awesome sauce. Let's go ahead and practice some balancing poses. Holding on to the chair if you need to, or whatever you're holding on to. Find your tree pose. So what I love about tree is that normally we're taught that tree is like all the way up here, right? And cool, if you like it. But you could also bring your tree here, why not? You could bring your toes to the floor and heel to the ankle, or you could also bring your heel to your big toe in the front. And maybe you hold on, and maybe you hold on to one hand in the chest, or one hand in the belly, whatever you like. And you find your breath. If closing your eyes makes you dizzy, what if you close one? And you let go. Whatever it is. Let it go. Let's go to tree to the other side. So left tree, right foot is grounded. Now remember something. The right side and the left side, even though they're kind of twins, they're not the same. So maybe you have more flexibility on this side, or more mobility, or more or less stability. The pose doesn't have to look the same. Like if you did your tree on this side with your heel down, on the other side with the heel down, maybe you do this one with your foot higher. Whatever you want. Or maybe you find the chair and you put your knee against the chair and you use the support of the chair. I mean, you've seen trees with the woods that they have the support. Why couldn't your tree have a support? So find your version of tree. And release. Let's go back to the chair. So coming back to the chair, bring your block and your strap. Bring your strap with you. And let's go ahead and strap that right foot. I would suggest not being too comfy in the back of the chair. Like, get to the edge of the chair, extend that right leg, and bring that right foot higher. Holding on with the left hand. Let's go ahead and turn our heart away, twisting to the right. Once here, find your breath. Come back to center. Hold the strap with both hands. When you're ready, grow tall from the crown. Bend the elbows and bring that leg up. Bring it higher. Bend the knee, actually external rotation. So turn the hip out, bend that right knee, and come into your pigeon pose. And if you're in bed and you're practicing this class in bed, that's okay. Find your pigeon in bed. And if you're doing it on the mat, find your pigeon in the mat, either forward or recline, whichever one is comfortable. From here, I suggest just giving your leg a little massage, right? Like, our Chevro legs are with us. They take us everywhere. We can't turn back the miles on these bad boys, but just giving them some little love, right? Like, thank you for running and jumping and doing whatever it is that you do. Beautiful legs. Inhale, let's bring the chest up. And on the exhale, you're gonna melt forward like butter on a potato. Allowing yourself to just be in this pose, not thinking whether you're doing it right, you're doing it wrong, I'm so annoying, whatever it is, just being. Go ahead and come up. Let's switch sides. So use your handy dandy strap. And if you're using the strap and you have a buckle, make sure that buckle is close to your hand so you don't whack yourself. Extending that right leg, left leg. Let's go ahead and bring it up. Holding it with the right arm. We're gonna grow tall. When I say grow tall, visualize your tail coming out and the length of your spine lengthening, if that makes sense. Turn over to the left. And breathe, find your breath here. If having your knee completely bent is uncomfortable, bend your knee a little bit. Don't compromise your posture for the pose. Come back to center. Holding on to both straps, to the strap with both hands. Go ahead and bring it higher, bending the elbow. This leg is not the same as the right. Rotate the whole hip. So turning that left knee, left hip, and find your pigeon. Mind you, if bringing your leg all the way up to your thigh is inaccessible, use your block. And if you have two, I think two would be better. It's probably a little bit higher. One down, one over. Ankle or foot on the midline. Yeah, my feet are dirty. Foot on the midline, and then you open the hip to the side, right? And same thing here, a little bit of love, a little bit of TLC to our feet, to our legs, our body, our skin, right? This beautiful, ginormous organ, which is our skin. It doesn't, unless our significant other is touching us, how often do we caress ourselves? And do we just like give ourselves kisses? Unless you have kids and they're just all over you, driving you fucking nuts, right? Let's go ahead and inhale, bring that chest up. And then exhale, melt. I'm doing it this way right now just so you could see the other option. And let's go ahead and come up. We won't stay here too long. Let's go ahead and find our seat again, moving the blocks out of the way. I want to work a little bit, just on core, just a little bit, just so that we could get a little bit of a core exercise. When you're ready, let me turn. I'm sweating, guys, because the AC's off. Let's go ahead and sit up nice and tall. Hands come out to the side if accessible. Left knee, right knee. Left elbow, right knee. Come back to center. Right elbow, left knee. And we're just gonna do 10 of these on each side. Well, 10 total. You can do more if you want to. Usually in my class, someone counts because I can't think and speak and count at the same time. So I'm gonna think that I'm at 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Holding on to the back of the chair, the low part of the chair, or maybe the top. Or maybe for you, you can interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And on the inhale, let's peel that heart up, head back. Taking a deep breath. Exhale, bring your chest down, arm up. If your hands are in the back of the chair, leave them there. Right? It's gonna look something like this, and this is where you're at. And slowly come back to center. And let's release. That will be it for this class today. I hope that you've enjoyed it. So now we're ready for Shavasana. Allow yourself to relax. Allow yourself to find a comfortable, either seated or maybe laying down position. And close your eyes for a moment. With our eyes closed, let's go ahead and squeeze our whole entire right side, our leg, our foot, our hand, our shoulder, our rib, our glutes, our shoulders, our eyes, our nose, our ears, everything from the right side, and relax. Now tighten and squeeze everything on the left side, your leg, your foot, your arm, your hand, your nose, your ears, your lips, your cheeks, your glutes, everything, and let it go. Allow yourself to follow the breath. Follow the inhale, follow the exhale. Reap the benefits of your practice. Yoga is the connection of mind, body, spirit. And Shavasana is corpse pose. How do we practice corpse pose? By detaching, right? Like we don't take anything with us when we go. So we don't practice that when we go, we practice that before. So find this moment to just detach from chains of expectations, chains of heartbreak, chains of betrayal. Just allow yourself to let go. Notice your breath. Observe how you could easily just relax. Follow the breath. Notice the inhale, how little it takes. And notice the exhale, how much it gives. I hope that you have a beautiful and intentional day. I'll see you next time. Share with a friend or anyone who needs it. Peace.